Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to the video. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the top 3 stocks I'm looking to play in the month of April 2021. We're also going to be going over last week's picks, how they performed, and the updated thesis on those. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So last week, my main focus, and I was talking about a ton of the new ARK space ETF, ticker symbol ARKX. So this ended up launching on Tuesday, and Monday morning they announced their holdings. Now this changed a lot of things. I posted on Twitter saying that I also did trim my GILT position, because the largest thesis on that was the fact that I did think it had a good chance of being in the new ETF, and if so, this thing would go crazy. So it wasn't in it, so I did trim a good amount in my position. I still am holding some because of the overall value of the company. In my opinion, it is very undervalued, showing lots of strength here as well with the market balancing off support. So for that reason, I still am holding some of my position. So getting into the plays that I did focus on was, as I was talking about in the Sunday video, was the big holdings in this ETF and the smaller cap companies. These are going to go wild. So the two that I focus on from this news was Trimble, ticker symbol TRMB. As we can see, this is 8.6% of the ARK ETF portfolio. So 8% of the money going into ARKX. It's going to go straight to Trimble, and for that reason, the stock price is going to go up like crazy. That was my thesis on that one. And then also Iridium Communications, ticker symbol IRDM. And I went with this one because out of the top 10 holdings in this ETF, this is the smallest market cap, and for that reason, it is going to be moved the most easily. And this was about 4.5% of the ARKX ETF, so 4.5% of the money going to ARKX is going to go to IRDM. So for that reason, I played these two tickers, and they did get some great runs because of this inflow of money going to ARKX and going to these two companies. So those are my main focus once this ETF news did come out. And overall, I like the chart on IRDM the most because when it does break above $42 as the major resistance line, as of right now it's getting rejected, but if it does retest and break out, it does have a gap up over 42 and can move very quickly to 45 if it does break above 42 and hold that level as new support. Alright, so now getting to the stocks I'm focusing on this coming week, let's get into the first one. So the first stock that I'm looking to play this coming week is Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. Stock is pretty beat down from highs at about $40, close to 50%, and is right now sitting at $23. So I like this company a ton long term. I have a pretty big long term position, but I also took a short term swing position this past week in it, and am looking to add for this catalyst coming up, which is their next demo day, which is expected to be on April 14th, right about 1.5 weeks out from right now. So their last demo day that they did have, this is when we saw their big run, going from the mid-20s all the way up to $40 plus. This was because of demo day. So now taking a look at the technical setup on this one, we can see that it recently just finally broke this falling wedge. So it is breaking out, and with this catalyst, I think the catalyst does have the potential to bring this stock up to $25 plus. So potential targets I'm looking at for this stock to play this catalyst off of is the first target, $25. If it breaks above that, would then be looking at about $27.50. And on a break above that, has upside towards $30 plus on the swing trade. Now, my stop loss in this stock, if the market was to dip again or anything like that, I'd have my stop loss below $22 on the short-term position. I am also in a long-term position, and I'm not worried about short-term price action on this stock. So those are the targets in the stop loss area that I'm looking at for Palantir stock, ticker symbol PLTR, playing off that April 14th demo day catalyst. So the next stock that I'm liking a lot this coming week is Skillz, ticker symbol SKLZ. So this is another one that is heavily beat down from highs at $40, is now below $20, sitting at about $18 per share. So first off, taking a look at the technical setup, we can see the stock is sitting and bouncing right off $18 support, showing strength for a move up and reversal off this level. And I am looking for a break of this downtrend, and I do think we can see a breakout when it does break out of this downtrend. They recently did also have an offering priced at $24 per share. So just looking at that offering price and the current stock price, we are getting a discount right now compared to those shares that were offered. So Skillz recently did have earnings where they beat expectations and were right in line with their expectations from the presentation. One thing to be aware of on these SPACs, so that's a very good sign. So what Skillz does is it's focused on esports along with mobile games. A potential upcoming catalyst for this stock is they are trying to get an NFL game developed, as they do have a partnership with the NFL. And this is expected to be beginning in spring of 2021. So these slides show their recent revenue growth and how they are in line with their expectations. So 95% growth in revenue from the fourth quarter of 2019 up to the fourth quarter of 2020, and also 78% growth in GMV, which is how much people are paying to play these games. Huge growth in their quarterly and annual basis as well. And in my opinion, this stock can take off if they ever do get one of these top games on the App Store. If this NFL game can end up being big, this can get to the top of the App Store, that is where this company can take off. Until then, I do think a fair valuation, which is pretty much the offering price, was pretty fair value in my personal opinion. I think the stock could be sitting at $25 to $30 level. That is where I would see the stock at fair value. And if they were to get one of these big games out, getting it top of the App Store, that is where the huge growth could come in for Skillz. So right now it is one of these beginning stage growth companies, very beginning stage. Has huge potential, but it is also pretty risky. But looking at the chart, it does look bottoming out. I do think we are due for an uptrend and a breakout once this downtrend does break. So Skillz is one that I'm liking a lot at these current prices, and I'm buying for a mid/longer term swing trade. Alright, so the final stock that I'm liking a lot right now and buying in this month is Callaway Golf Company, ticker symbol ELY. So this is a company that I talked about close to a year ago. I think in June or July of 2020, I was buying this stock. It was right at about $13 to $14 per share. But as of right now, in the past year, it has pretty much doubled. But I do think right now is a great time to be buying because they recently did complete their merger with Topgolf, which is going to be absolutely massive for the company. So there's talks that Topgolf IPO could value the company at $4 billion, and Callaway Golf actually got Topgolf for $2.6 billion. So in my opinion, they got a very nice discount on the acquisition of Topgolf, and in my opinion, Topgolf is going to be absolutely massive. It's going to be at least half of their revenue moving forward, and I do think Wall Street is unrealizing the potential that Callaway Golf will have along with Topgolf. First off, all these Topgolf locations. So Topgolf is a place for entertainment. You pretty much hit golf balls off a ledge, trying to hit these targets and everything like that. I like to compare it a lot to bowling. You're all playing this game while ordering food, ordering drinks, and Topgolf has soared in popularity this past year. And with all these restrictions coming off of the COVID lockdowns and everything, I do think Topgolf has a ton of growth ahead of it. It is also everywhere on social media right now, TikTok, Instagram. Google Trends does show that the search data for Topgolf reservation is pretty much at all-time highs. And the search for Topgolf has recovered so much from this COVID lockdown period that it's sitting pretty much at all-time highs right now. They have a ton of growth ahead of it, opening a bunch of locations. They are expected to expand internationally in the future, which they have not started yet. And this place has just grown in popularity so much recently. Reservations I've been researching, they're usually booked about 7 days out, and you can also do a walk-in to a Topgolf location, but as this person said, they had to wait 5 to 7 hours to actually get into one of these locations as a walk-in. So that just shows how popular these locations are right now. And in my opinion, Wall Street has not realized the potential that Topgolf has, along with Callaway Golf, to make this company worth so much more than it is right now in the long-term future. A couple of things that Callaway is doing with Topgolf is they are going to be selling their Callaway golf supplies at Topgolf locations, just attracting customers, getting that much more sales. It said that about 70% of people who go to Topgolf are not even golfers, so this does bring in people who may not be interested in golf. Maybe they like it at Topgolf, maybe they end up buying Callaway's products and go more into golf. And the strongest season for golf is coming up. Summer and spring seasons are the strongest for golf, especially with COVID restrictions going away. I do think this growth is going to continue for the golfing industry as a whole. In Topgolf, the future potential is not priced in at all to this stock, in my personal opinion. So I'm buying this, planning to hold multiple years out. I do think over the next 2 to 3 years or so, this stock will be at $60 plus when Wall Street does price in the potential that Topgolf has with Callaway Golf. So throwing one more stock in here, Drive Shack, ticker symbol DS. This company a lot like Topgolf, playing these golfing games. It is not as popular, but the company is so much smaller, valued at about $300 million in market cap. They recently had great earnings, and is another one that I see huge future potential growth in ticker symbol DS. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts down below on these stocks. If you're interested in joining the private Discord chat, the link is down below. I send buy alerts and sell alerts every time I buy and sell a stock. You get full access to my personal portfolio. You can ask me any other questions, and I send nightly watch lists out for trades I'm looking to make the next day. Also, if you want to get 2 free stocks on Webull, get $30 for free on M1 Finance, or get up to $250 worth of free Bitcoin, depending on how much you deposit on BlockFi. Those links are down below as well. They are affiliate links, so it does help support the channel, and I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to trade smart this coming week, and let's get rich.